Eagle Owl, and today it's officially game week. I had to get a cut for game week, but let's get into the topics. All right, man. Like I said, it's game week. Later in the week, probably like Tuesday, Wednesday, I will break down what I believe what should happen Thursday night. But in the meantime, I want to talk about a couple things that have been on people's mind. Is that the Sidney Brown, Andrew Mukuba safety battle, right? So I was reading the article by Brenden Rice, and one of the questions he was asked was, what's the position that's overblown that fans are very concerned about? Like, it's just overblown. Is it the cornerback too? Is it the safety? Whatever. So he said the safety position. The reason why the safety position is overblown, in his opinion, is that Sidney Brown had a strong camp. I know you guys don't like him, whatever, but Sidney Brown had a strong camp. No matter what you say. Reed Blankenship had a strong camp. And we know Reed is Reed. And Andrew Mukuba had a strong camp. Hell, even Andre Sam had a strong camp. So the problem at safety, and those three guys I named, they just inexperienced. Like Sidney Brown, he was hurt his second year. He did special teams. And even Sidney Brown admitted in the interview that, he wasn't 100%. He was like 80, 85. But he was still a good gunner. So, you only got 1 year out of Sidney Brown. He didn't even start his rookie year. It was Kevin Byard and Reed Blankenship. Then they start mixing in Sidney Brown here and there. But he was with one of the worst defensive coaching staffs we ever had. And to me, he did a pretty good job before tearing his ACL. So that's one thing. And then two, we seen Andrew Mukuba in the preseason, the pick. He looked good out there. He had a couple days in camp where he wasn't the best, but he's a rookie. He's still learning, but he's good. He's really good. He's solid. The problem with Andrew Mukuba right now is what we see with our eyes is, can he stay healthy? That's the big issue. We know he's a ball hawk. We know he can hit. We know the things he can do. He reminds us of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But that's the problem. Can he stay on the field? And Andre Sam, undrafted guy on our practice squad. He just still got some developmental things to do. So, he still got to learn. And then to get that experience, we signed Marcus Epps. Now, do we make another move? I don't know. But one of those things is like safety position is the really big overblown type thing. So hopefully, fans can ease. Hopefully these guys show up and show out against Dallas and show what they can really do. I think we got three solid corners, three solid safeties, and Andrew Mukuba, Reed Blankenship, and Sidney Brown. I think they are solid, but fans, when you lose a C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's going to give you 6 picks a year each and every time he's here, even though C.J. Gardner-Johnson has his own flaws, y'all reminded me every single week he missed that tackle though. But towards the end of the season, C.J. Gardner-Johnson was fine. But, losing a guy like him, we talking about Pro Bowl type caliber that he brought, the energy to the locker room. Losing a guy like that can hurt. Then you're like, can these other guys do that? And we'll see. We got to see, man. They young. They young. And they got a lot of time to grow. So I think safety position, I agree with Brenden Rice. Safety position is an overblown position. And I wanted to talk about this. I thought it was irrelevant to talk about, actually, in my last video, that we working out Jerry Rice's son, Brenden Rice. He haven't done anything in the NFL, Chargers. I didn't see anything. I'm looking up stats. I didn't see anything. And his numbers weren't eye-blowing in college. It wasn't anything like that. It's just that he's Jerry Rice's son. That's pretty much it. So what I took from this is that we still are looking for another receiver to add to the practice squad. Maybe we add somebody else. Maybe we add Brenden Rice. I don't know. But Brenden Rice, he got some things to develop, things to learn. But I think people like him because he's Jerry Rice's son. That's it, and that's all. It's not like Trotter Jr. I think Trotter Jr., yeah, he's Jeremiah Trotter's son, and he was one of my favorite linebackers as a kid. But Trotter Jr. showed flashes. Like, I'm just not the Cedar Trotter. Like, I can actually play. So, yeah, Brenden Rice worked out for the Philadelphia Eagles. If that matters to you guys, again, I seen it pop up on my timeline. Oh, should I add this to my last video? I'm like, it's not really that important because it's not like he signed. He worked out. So, again, all I took from it is that we looking for another receiver. Now, I want to talk about this clip I seen on Twitter. And shout out to this Twitter page, I think is Jerry Jones Stan. Like, is an Eagles fan, clowning Jerry Jones, basically. Like, he loves Jerry Jones for all the bad moves he make. And, he posted a clip like, Kenny Clark versus the Eagles. Like, what have he done against the Eagles? So let me, I guess, break down the tape. Right, we're back. We're right here. So we're going to look at Kenny Clark versus basically Landon Dickerson, what's his name, Becton, and just how O-line in general. Like, what impact did this dude make? Oh, yeah, he's this phenomenal run stopper. So let's roll the tape. Look at that length. Man, look at that for Saquon Barkley, bro. Like, bro, he's getting bullied. That's all Jurgens. Bro, like, this dude ain't make no impact, man. He's still getting hoes. I think that was Kenneth Gainwell. Saquon, look, Dickerson pushing him out the way. Yo, that's Dickerson's son. This dude, look, Cam. He ain't do nothing. Like, that's what, look, got him on his back. Bro ain't do really much. And, like, we getting him out the way. Saquon still, man. Look at that lane for Jalen. Look at this for Saquon. I think this was the wild card game. I mean, Kenny Clark, he had his worst year. So yeah, that's what I took from that. Like, he ain't gonna do much Eagles versus, like, he's not gonna make a big difference against us. Now, will he help the Cowboys maybe against whoever easy team they play? I don't know. Will he help the Cowboys against the Chargers or something like that? I don't know. Sorry about that sound. That's my wife texting me as I shoot this video. I don't know why she's texting me as I shoot this video. But look, man, Kenny Clark, he asked something to the Cowboys, maybe not. But against us, I don't really see a big difference. I still see Saquon's going to run up and down the field. I still think I still think the Cowboys made a mistake. And the reason why is that, well, the Cowboys always got praise for is that they draft really well. But if you look at the past 2-3 drafts with Guyton, we see what the Booker kid is. I don't think he's going to be that good. And who else they drafted? Mozzie Smith. Now, they make moves like that again, they definitely lost the trade. Because it matters what you do with the picks. Like us, when we traded Carson Wentz, yeah, we got the picks, but we had to make something happen, make something move and shake. Those picks turned into Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown, and I don't forget what, Devontae Smith. Those picks turned into something. I think even Nolan Smith was like, it was so many stars we have now just from that Carson Wentz trade. It's mind-boggling. But Jerry Jones, is he as smart as like the Howie Rosemans and stuff as of today? I don't think so. I think he's going to draft more Mozzie Smiths and stuff like that. Like, there's a graphic, and let me put it right here, of our 2023 draft versus their 2023 draft. Their draft was full of busts, pause, and our draft is full of guys that's contributing to the team. So we'll see what he do with those picks. And Kenny Clark, he's not going to get any better. He's turning 30, so his career about to decline. Oh, I think they lost the trade, man. I'm sorry. That's the side I'm on. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel? Look, safety, we good. Are we signing another wide receiver? We'll see. and Kenny Clark. You know, but this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.